Hi, I'm Jason Sterling, and this is the big countdown to the Vista New Year's Eve Cruise 2021. Hi, I'm Jason Sterling, and this is it. This is the big countdown. 2 weeks from today, God willing. We'll be on board the Carnival Vista for New Year's Eve. It'll be New Year's Eve. And in the meantime, in the next 2 weeks, there's a lot to do. I feel like there's a lot to do. I'm about to hyperventilate. I always get a little round up. I have a whole, as you can see here, this is my list. This is my beginning list. I'll add things to it. Of things to do. You know, things get kind of in order before I go. The normal stuff, you know, remembering my IDs and paperwork and medications and downloading movies and books and so on, you know, to my phone. Just have something to do just in case. Got to remember the Carnival app. Don't forget the Carnival app. Scheduling reminders in my phone for appointments for the COVID test, the pre-COVID test. Also checking in online. Can't forget that. And watching the weather, you know, as I pack, which is the big thing. I'm actually already getting my packing together. I know it's 2 weeks. It is. But inevitably, as you'll see coming up, you know, there's dry cleaning that has to be done that I forget about. Shoes that have to be polished. Things need to be ironed. And in this case, only today, as I started getting things together, did it hit me, my son doesn't have any shorts that fit any longer from the summer. Okay, so the first problem with packing is I don't have any shorts for my son, but that's not an insurmountable problem. Thank God for Amazon, and I think everything will even be here before Christmas, despite the holiday. We got 2 weeks. So that's not an insurmountable problem. What's almost an even harder problem is luggage, because to start, you've got my luggage, my son's luggage, my carry-on, and my son's carry-on, and then you're going to double that because we're actually traveling down with 2 other adults. So we're going in not a small car. I mean, it's not a small car. It's kind of what I consider, you know, like a micro SUV or a mini SUV. So it looks like an SUV, but it's shrunken, right? So there's a place to store stuff in the back, but it's not as big as an SUV, and there's not a huge amount of space. And this is a cruise for 8 to 10 days. So luggage is almost a bigger problem than finding shorts for my son. In fact, it probably is a bigger problem because I have so little space and so many clothes. Okay, so now fitting it all in, I usually start with my shoes. And as you can see here, I've got like 5 pairs of shoes and the belts to go with them. It seems like a lot, but it's really not. I've got a pair of black dress shoes. I've got a pair of kind of what I consider my brown lace-up boots, which I wear for dressier sort of looks. I also have 2 pairs of casual shoes, which would be tennis shoes, mostly for port, and then deck shoes, mostly on the ship, and a pair of like sandals or flip-flops, whatever you want to call them. And then, of course, my boots, which I wear my boots like regular pull-on boots all the time, but I'll have those on so they don't have to be packed. But that's what I'm starting with. Then I go into what I consider specialty clothes, not just regular wear-around clothes, and that's stuff like pool clothes, okay, so swim trunks, swim shirts, stuff like that. Then you're going to have, you know, the white party and the 80s party. And with this trip, the New Year's Eve party, you're going to have following also formal night. I mean, you have well, 3 formal nights for me. I'm counting it as 3 because you've got 2 formal nights. And then I'll go to the chef's table one night. And I do try to dress up at least a little bit for that. You don't have to, but I do. Now, following that, we have what I consider my normal clothes, sort of everyday clothes. I'm going to throw in a pair of what I call deck pants. They're just linen, sort of little drawstring type pants. I'll throw those on in the morning instead of pajamas, run and get some coffee, stuff like that, right? So deck pants. We have 4 port days, so 4 pairs of shorts and 4 shirts to go along with them. And then I'm also going to take, you know, 4 pairs of longer pants and 4 shirts to go with those. In fact, I didn't even throw all the short shirts down there, but 4 shirts that would kind of go along with those as well, because I may or may not end up wearing those. I don't know. So I'm thinking right now, this is as I'm just starting to get packing. Once that is out of the way, of course, we've got sort of incidentals like lots and lots of hats. I'll be wearing this one. I'll be wearing this one on board when I go and come back. I'll be wearing this one so I don't have to pack it. But then there'll be a selection of ball caps I want to wear in port or just around the ship, including the one you saw thrown on there with the 80s costume for the 80s party. And so we've got that as well. And then naturally, underwear and socks, not all of which is shown there. That's just some of them. Underwear and socks, of course. And accessories, things like scarves and ties and the 2 pullovers you saw me kind of drop on there because it might be cooler at night. Might be cooler at night. For sure it's going to be cooler when we get back. But I'm not going to pack anything because I'll have on cooler clothing just going down. So I'll have on like a heavier sweater. I might throw in another jacket, though, into that pile because, again, it might be cooler on the ship, and I'm not going to always want to wear the same pullover. I'm going to vary it depending on the night and what I'm wearing. Okay, so, and speaking of, wearing something heavier down that I'll be wearing, this pile of stuff does not include what I'm wearing down the day we drive down, and it doesn't include what I'll wear onto the ship because I'll just leave that unpacked. I'll just carry that into the hotel. And what I'm going to wear on the ship is going to bring me to another point. In order to scale down this pile, because you may be looking at it and thinking, is all that going to fit? No, it's not. Not in the suitcase I'm taking this time. It's too small. And not in this day and age when, airlines are usually so strict, even if you're not driving. And even the cruise line, I notice, has adopted, at least in writing, guidelines for your size and weight of luggage. Now, nothing about charging you yet, but they also have those guidelines. So, no, this won't all fit. Part of what I'll do to scale this stuff back is I will double duty some clothes. So the clothes I actually wear to the ship, I'll only have them on probably half a day, and then I'll switch into what I'm going to wear for New Year's Eve. So I'll probably wear those coming back home. So that'll be one outfit I don't have to pack, would be the day that I'm coming home. That's really a pretty good tip, is to double duty. If you're a woman, a simple black dress or a simple black skirt. If you're a man, simple black slacks or pants, even like Dockers twill pants. You can just wear the same ones each night to dinner and just change out accessories or maybe shirts, dress shirts, stuff like that. You'll save a ton of room. And that's probably what I will do to some extent too. Like the slacks you saw there and one of those dress shirts, I'll probably not take. And if I'm not taking those slacks, that's really the only thing that I wear the black dress shoes with. So I'll go ahead and leave those behind during this trip as well. Just take the brown lace-up boots. So the same goes for the brown deck shoes. Really, the tennis shoes can work all the time for casual shoes. Or those flip-flops, those sandals can work. So the deck shoes will also be ultimately taken out. And as far as double duty, I might be able to cut down like the shorts and shirts for the same reason. I mean, I might spend a day mostly in my swim trunks and say only have a pair of shorts and a t-shirt on for maybe 2 or 3 hours in the afternoon before dinner. Like if I'm going to IMAX or something. Well, that outfit could be worn, say, the next day in port. And I would just wear it through that whole day in port and then not wear it again. So double duty is going to help me scale back this pile quite a bit. I'll probably take out a couple of the hats. One thing you can do too, I knew someone that did this. Now, she usually filled up the empty space with souvenirs. But one thing you can do is if you have old underwear and old socks that are on their last legs, you take those and you just throw them away. So after you wear them, you just throw them away. It frees up space in your luggage for coming back so that you can put maybe a few souvenirs in there. She did it every time. And she also was the one that took the black dress. She's like, she always just takes this plain, simple black dress, swaps out scarves, jewelry, stuff like that. Yeah, hell, you can't tell it's the same one, right? Now, I wouldn't wear it mountain climbing or on excursion and then wear it to dinner, but if you're just wearing it to dinner for a couple of hours at night, it will do double duty, as will men's slacks, black twill slacks or black slacks. Or brown. You can do brown too. Black is just what I threw out there. You can do brown, some other color. I will say, though, real quick, there's always a big debate about dressing for formal night, dressing for dinner, and I really do feel like part of the problem is the limitations on luggage, how much we can take on board. there's really not a lot of room for a lot of extra shoes or a lot of extra clothes. 20 years ago, when the rules were much less restrictive, I would take a rolling carry-on just full of shoes. I mean, it sounds funny, but you can see here, I mean, if I were going to wear, like brown slacks, I'm going to need brown dress shoes in addition to the black dress shoes. So I think kind of the limitations on luggage have impacted that. And also the limitations mean that you have to pack your luggage more tightly because of the size constraints. You have to pack your carry-on. Like my carry-on, I pack with more clothes that I'll actually wear. And in doing that and packing things so tight, things get more wrinkled. And it's just not easy to have them cleaned on the ship or to iron them on the ship. There's only one iron for the entire deck, right? How many rooms are on a deck? 100, one iron for that, okay? So I do feel like that's kind of the problem with that. That's my little oratory. It's my little throw out for this episode. And now that that's settled, once that is settled, once my luggage is settled and that issue is settled, the next thing I do is I'm going to look at reservations for the day going down, make sure my hotel reservations are in order, make sure my parking reservations at the port are in order, and look at making reservations for dinner the night I'm going down. That's something new I'm starting this time because typically our tradition is my son loves the restaurant Papa Do's in Houston and Dallas and some other places. I don't know where all, but he loves it. It's kind of a seafoody, kind of Cajun type of place. And there is one near the hotel, which is how I originally picked that hotel, was that the restaurant was nearby. So my son loves going there. It's usually busy. It's a Friday night. It's usually busy. It's very popular. So I'm thinking this time, and why have I not thought of this before, of maybe trying to see if it's on Open Table and making a reservation so that when we get there, we don't end up sitting. I'm not kidding. This place is popular. You might sit around 40 minutes waiting for a table. So if they take reservations, I'm going to do that this time. So I'm going to look into that in addition. So I'll do that. And then I'll look at other reservation type stuff. What I'm going to look at is stuff on the ship. So I've made some excursions, right? I've made some of those, and I've made the appointments. I don't want to call them. I bought some excursions on the ship. Since I made an appointment for an excursion, I guess it's kind of an appointment. You got to be there at a scheduled time, right? So I've bought my excursions for the ship. I've booked things like the chef's table. But I'll look again and maybe I'll book some of the things I consider last minute things, like the drink plan. If I'm going to do an internet package, I'll do both of those before I go on the ship because you do get a discount. But I don't see a real reason to book that in advance because they don't run out of them, right? They don't sell out of those two things. But I'll look at going ahead and doing that as well. I may go ahead and book reservations for Cucina di Capitano, which I would like to eat at again, and Gigi's Asian, which I haven't eaten at, but this time I intend to. I've not made those reservations yet, so I'll probably look into doing that and just double check, make sure those things are lined up and ready to go. Now, one thing that I thought about booking and that I put off was the spa. This trip, this is my first trip in a balcony room, by the way. Now, I have been in a room with a balcony, but it was a suite. And I've been on an inside room numerous times, and I've been on an outside room, but never in just a regular balcony room. So I'm in a regular balcony room, first time, like in a dozen cruises, this time. And it's on the spa level. So I thought about booking some spa stuff in advance, but one of the perks with the room is you're supposed to get discounts on spa treatments on port days. Now, you normally get discounts on treatments on port days anyway. So I'm guessing they're bigger, right, Carnival? Isn't that why it's a perk? I'm guessing they're bigger, but that's why I've kind of put off booking anything in the spa because I don't want to book it and then I get on board and find out, well, hey, I could have gotten it 20% off, right? Because I'm not going to go into port probably in Belize and most likely in Cozumel. I won't be in port the entire time, just for a short period. So, or I won't get off the ship, except for a short period. So I haven't booked anything there. I'm looking at doing like maybe a bamboo massage. Oh, God, that sounds so good right now. Just saying those words sounds so good right now. I was looking at that. I was also looking at the father and son massage, which is the only way kids can actually go, is to go with a parent, right? For these few, there's only one with a man, with a guy, father and son. There's only one treatment, and it's a massage. I thought that might be fun with my son. He could go to the spa, see what it looks like, see what it's about. No, he gave me the look of, Dad, you're ready for a home. I'm ready to go to the nursing home already. And he said he thought that might be a little cringe for us to get massages together. I don't know why. Where does he get this stuff? I don't know. So I haven't booked that, but I might do the bamboo massage. I was really thinking about a facial, but I'm not shaving my beard. I'm not shaving that for nothing. So I don't know that I'd get a whole lot out of a facial with the beard, so I probably won't do that. But we're going to see. I haven't booked those. I'm going to book those when I get on the ship. And, aside from that, there isn't a whole lot to maybe double check. There probably is something that I'm forgetting, but I hope not. That's why I make my list. So later when it pops into my head at work, I can go run to my computer, put it down real quick, and think, whew, thank God. Oh, listen, put that on so I don't forget after all. I'm very excited, of course, for this cruise. It's New Year's Eve. It's my son's first New Year's Eve. I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, it's his first New Year's Eve that we're actually doing something. I thought about trying to maybe find some noisemakers or something on Amazon. I'm sure the ship will have something, but who knows what, and if there'll be enough, I don't know. So I might do something like that, but I'm really excited. I'm really excited, like when I said bamboo massage, and I was like, I could almost just feel it happening, right? Just saying those words. I'm really looking forward to, this is my big thing. I'm so excited. I'm really looking forward to having a lobster roll when I get on board this ship. Almost more than a drink. I just can't wait to have a lobster roll. They were so good. Yeah, it's too expensive, but it was so good. And it has like real lobster meat in it, not like lobster meat, which is a blend of some sort of fish and some seasoning, I guess, which is what you'll get more often than not in Oklahoma. And, it's just so creamy. It's these big chunks of lobster, and the roll is just perfectly toasted. And you bite through that crunchy roll into that soft, creamy lobster. It's just perfect. It's just so good. And it's crinkle fries. I love crinkle fries. And they were great too. The fries were so good. I can't wait. Oh my gosh, make me hungry just think about it. So I can't wait. I'm really excited. My son's really excited. And it's coming up 2 weeks. Hey, please hit like, subscribe, and notify. And we will see you next week and in 2 weeks as we continue to get ready and to board New Year's Eve on the Carnival Vista 2021. Thanks for watching.